Hi, and welcome back. My name is Elna from elnacain.com, where I help brand new writers become successful writers that make a living as a freelance writer. And for today, we're going to talk about 11 types of online content. These are types of content that content writers need to know how to write. All right. These are popular that businesses need, and that can help you make money for sure, because some of these are high paying. So let's go through the different types of online content so that you can learn how to write them and master that content. The first one is SEO content. I'm going to share with you some stats, some current stats about SEO and search intent. So as an online writer, it's important to familiarize yourself with writing SEO content, no matter if you're a content writer, a copywriter, a freelance writer. Now in 2022, consuming content online has gone up by 13% globally, according to the Smart Insights data report. And organic search drives 53.3% of all website traffic, and organic search delivers the most traffic to websites out of all channels. So this tells you that writing blog posts for businesses will help them drive website traffic. Now, right now, people are using Google to find products or answer their questions about a problem or an idea. Businesses know this and will hire writers to create optimized content that ranks in Google. So here is a request for writing SEO content. It's a recent request. It's one of my newest clients. And so they're asking, would I be open to writing formats that includes ebooks and SEO pages? Now, I don't do ebooks, but the SEO pages I'm more than happy to provide. I reached out, we both connected, and now I am hired by this company. So I'm really excited, but they specifically wanted SEO content. And so I find that a lot of times in my inbox, I will get requests for content writing that's optimized for search engine potential. The client may not know what it is, what it's called, but effectively they want SEO content. Understanding SEO for clients means you need to understand keyword analysis, search intent analysis, competitive keyword analysis, which is optional, and keyword optimization within the content. Now, the last part is the most important part for writing as a freelance writer or content writer. And before you deliver your content to your client, you need to have all the proper keywords in place at the right spots within your content. And my fast track to SEO writing masterclass will help you with that, with search intent, finding that right topic, the keywords and all of that, and then writing an optimized blog post for a potential client. All right, I'll leave the link to this masterclass below in the description below. So make sure to check that out. It is a very popular course within my email list subscribers. All right, the next type of online content that you should be familiar with as a content writer is thought leadership content. Now, businesses use thought leadership content, which is content from thought leaders in the industry or influencers or experts in their field to support their content marketing strategy. Now, my latest client, another client, Zapier, produces thought leadership content from experts in their field. So let's go check out their blog real quick. All right, here is their blog. They have a lot of different types of topics within their blog. They have productivity, but under productivity, they have app tips, tutorials. They have business tips, and under that, they have marketing and small business tips, as well as remote work tips. So it's a very huge type of blog under Zapier, but you can see from the content that it's written by thought leaders or people that share their story because they're an expert in whatever they're writing about. Here is PR agencies. So if you read this, my public relations journey began several years ago. So there you can see this is a thought leadership type of content because it's about her and her experience in public relations, and the content is about public relation agencies. Zapier is really looking for those leaders in their space, an expert in what they're talking about, to either write for Zapier or guest post on Zapier here, right? So that's what is considered thought leadership content. Now, as a content writer, you may ghostwrite thought leadership content, or if you're an expert in a topic, you can write the thought leadership yourself. Here is an example on Zapier of another thought leadership post that says how I scaled my freelance business to $10,000 a month. Ghostwriting thought leadership requires the writer to know their influencer or expert and their craft. They may have to interview the influencer to help them write the content. Now, when I started freelance writing, I did pick up some ghostwriting thought leadership clients, and while most were great, there were some that turned out to be bad clients. I do have a video on bad clients, and you can check that out after this video and learn about some of the bad clients I've had in the past. In any case, thought leadership content is usually long form and personal. All right, the next type of online content is ultimate guides. How-to or ultimate guides are the bread and butter for content writers. This is what you're going to be probably writing the most if you are a SaaS writer, a digital marketing writer, that type of writer. Even other industries may have long form content now. So maybe in the beauty industry, you might find some long form content. In outdoors content, like outdoor backpack traveling things, you might find some long form content with these ultimate guides. Now, this is what I excelled in and was able to substantially grow my freelance writing business, writing these types of pieces for clients. Now, ultimate guides dive deep enough to help a reader out. These guides are educational and helpful and break down big picture ideas to easy to understand steps. So I'll show you my portfolio to see the type of ultimate guides that I provided for clients. So right here, this one, Email Marketing 101, is the guide. All right, it's a guide for email marketing. This is about, I'd say, 3,000 words or so, maybe 4,000 words of talking about email marketing. Here's a how to create your sales page for your first online course or product. This is a deep dive into how to create that sales page. Here's another how-to guide. So all of these, a lot of these are listicles, and these how-to guides are ultimate guides that I create. Okay, here's another guide to landing page optimization. So there you go. Those are, they fill a lot of my pieces, my samples in my portfolio. And what's so great about those is they're high paying. You are writing comprehensive content on one topic, and it can take you a while to gather up the resources and write that type of content if it's up to 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 words. And it can be high paying if you demonstrate that to clients that you are knowledgeable in that area, and you can command premium rates. Now, I share how I create ultimate guides, review posts, and SEO content in full. This is in full in freelance blogging in a weekend. I do not mention this course enough. It is a writing course primarily, but it's such a great course, especially for those writers that are struggling getting past the barrier of $100 a post, $150 a post. Like, how do you move up? Big part of that is your quality of writing, your writing skills, and learning new types of writing content. So in Freelance Blogging in a Weekend, I do show you how to write these guides, how to write review posts, and how to do SEO content as well. All right, list-based content. Now, list-based content or listicles are also a huge part of the type of content freelance writers will write for clients. List posts are roundups of ideas, tools, services, tips, and more. They are one of the easiest types of content you can create as a content writer. Why? Because most of the research is gathering the list items, and from there, you just have to write a few sentences about each item. The more items you have, the better it is for ranking potential. So I'll show you one of my posts that I do. I do lots of list-based posts. So here is one. This one was recently updated. I think I had 23 high-paying freelance writing niches. Now I added a couple more, so now it's up to 35. All right, I do like to create high list posts. This is not one of my highest. I do have one on this site that I think it's like 67 tips or jobs or something like that. But this is a nice post. It's not too high list. Sometimes those high list posts can be overwhelming for people. People actually read this post, and it's highly comprehensive. I mean, I have tons of YouTube videos in this actually. I think there's 3 videos in here, and there's one at the bottom. And then I give you like actual screenshots of what these gigs pay. I give you actual topics within that niche, and I give you sample ideas to get you started. I mean, that's very comprehensive for each of these niche topics here. Google likes these types of comprehensive list-based posts, and you'll see within Google, if you're researching something like that, and you'll see a lot of list-based, you're going to see a lot of high numbers, 78. If we let's go do blog post ideas, you get a lot of numbers for that. All right, we search blog post ideas. Look at this, 189. All right, there's 87, but 103. Do you see? Look at 202 now. See, it's going higher and 255. People are competing with the higher number because for some reason that seems to rank better in Google. But I think as you go higher and higher, it's a little overwhelming. I would want a blog post, if it had something like this in the title, that within the title it would say handy checklist with it. So then at least I know if I'm going to that site, I can download that list easily. Like that's something that I would like to see. These marketers are trying to really like rank their post with having more lists, because more lists means more content and it's longer form. This is now a probably 6,000 word blog post versus a 4,000 word blog post. I mean, that can work. And if you're the client for some of these businesses here for CoSchedule, they often write very long form pieces of content. And so you're going to have that knowledge and that skill level that I teach in Freelance Blogging Weekend of how to do that. All right, the next piece of online content that you need to know how to write are review-based content. Now, review-based content is a high-paying service. It requires a content writer to fully know the item they're reviewing, and it does take a long time to write these types of content. For example, David Hartshorn creates review content among other types of content for his clients, and he often has to spend days or weeks learning the tools to review. And usually it's more than one tool or service. A lot of his review type of content is formatted as a verses. So he writes a lot of these types of posts: Teachable versus Thinkific. He might do MailChimp versus ConvertKit versus MailerLite. He'll have, I think he wrote a post like that. And so those do well for his client. But that means that he has to fully understand each of those things he's talking about. ConvertKit by itself is a huge program for email marketing. But to learn that again for MailChimp and for MailerLite, like you really need to know how they work and what they provide. And that means more than just reading the product page of those tools and services. You can get away with that. I do share with you here in the next slide. It is still possible to write review posts by reviewing many things and not have used them at all. Now, for example, I can write about different apps, even though I never used many of them or ones that I list in the post, because I can get information from product pages and reviews. So it is possible, with my clients, if they want me to review different image editing apps, I will have used maybe 60% of them, but there might be a couple that I haven't, and I'll do my best to sign up for a free trial, look it over, and then write the post. Now, over on one of my blogs, I have 27 newborn must-haves you shouldn't forget on your registry. These are 27 things. Now, all of these I've used in the past, but I'm familiar with. I'm familiar with a different brand of, diapers or a different brand of nursing bras and things like that. So I can write about it. I can look at the reviews at least and get some idea about it. So it is possible, but I do know that clients do want, for the higher paying clients, they want you to know those tools inside and out so that you can write comprehensive content for them. All right, social media writing. Now, a Write to 1K course student, Erin Pennings, actually recently said that social media writing is like creating mini blog posts. And this is the perfect definition of social media writing. Businesses are on social media and they often hire freelance writers to produce content for them for Instagram, for LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and more. Most social posts are under 200 words. Sometimes they're longer, but mostly shorter depending on the platform. And typically you aren't responsible for social graphics, just the writing. And make sure to mention that when you're negotiating with clients. Unless you want to do the social graphics for that business, it's really up to you. But I like to stick to writing because I am the freelance writer and that's where I excel at. Now, here's an example of GoDaddy Canada. On their Instagram page, they often post frequently. And here is, I'm pretty sure they have a social media manager and a social media writer writing their content for them on Instagram. And it says here, what started out as a simple beginning soon turned into a sweet success, with some kind of emoji here. Learn how Stephanie, owner of, and then she tagged Pina's Mash Cakes, I think it says, or Mash Cake, was able to revamp her online presence and grow her business using GoDaddy Canada's website builder tools. Link in bio. As easy as that sounds when I read it, it is crafted so that people are excited, they're hooked, and they want to learn more about it. And then the graphic is quite cute too. Pinata Smash Cake, which is quite cute. And they also commented on that. So it's something like this where the graphic matches the text and you have the brand behind it. It just looks really cool and exciting. And I do like the copy that GoDaddy has on the Instagram posts. I follow them and they follow me actually. And so it's a cool little thing that they do with their posts, and I often comment on their posts. Now, tips to remember when you decide if you want to do some social media writing for clients, make sure to check out the client's social profiles first and what engagement they are getting already. Now, do some social listening and take note of how responders talk about that brand. If I can go to GoDaddy, I can look at all the responders and see what are they saying about the brand. You want to read the client's website to get a feel of the brand. Are they playful and bright or serious but cheeky? This can help you craft social media content for that brand. Make sure to make your writing easy to read. We're working at an 8th grade level here for ease of read online. And have a strong call to action or CTA. This is the goal. Do your clients want their social media writer to direct people to their blog, to their email list, to podcast, to an event sign up page? This is where you're going to find out when you build out the social media content for your clients, where these posts are going. Where are you directing their followers to, right? Because that's sort of the end goal with social media, is that you want to direct them to a website or a landing page or something like that. The next form of online content is web copy. Now, web copy content is technically copywriting content. What your website says needs to immediately speak to the user, and the user must immediately know what the site is about. Now, having confusing copy, wordy copy, or vague copy can ruin conversions for businesses. And that's where a copywriter comes in and helps with showcasing the benefits of a product or service. So let me show you an example of this. Concierge nursing. So I can already see it in their brand here. Elite concierge nursing. I can see it here. Exceptional nursing care right where you are. This tells me nurses come to me. Immediately, I know what type of website this is and the service that they provide. Just right here. This was written by a copywriter. If you scroll down, personalized, professional, high quality nursing care when and where you need it. It's a simple title, but it gives me safety. It gives me a calmness that I know that I'm getting professional and personalized care. If I have an older relative that needs concierge nursing, then this will help me decide that. Here's why I choose. So again, gives me more reasons to hire this service versus someone else, right? So all of this is copywritten in mind. All of it was in mind. So it goes into exactly what they provide, which is great. More about contacting us and then their mission. So it has a lot on this page that I can go, and if I'm really interested in this, I would read all of this because I need to know more about this service, right? But all of this was written by a copywriter, or at least helped with by a copywriter. Now, in my Write Your Way to Your First 1K course, I help you craft your copy with the important writer website pages, like your about page copy, your hire me page copy, and your portfolio page. And I do in the course show you the technical aspect of a couple videos on setting up your portfolio page, because there's some design things you need to do. All right, the next online content that you need to know is ad copy. Now, ad copy is another copywriting service that involves creating copy that converts. You would see ad copy in like Facebook and Instagram ads, LinkedIn ads, and Pinterest shopping pins, or Google ads. Ad copy can extend to the landing page these ads will link to. Here's an example on the side of Smart Suites and how they position their ads. Sometimes their ad copy is very short. It's only 2 lines. Sometimes it's a bit longer, and sometimes it's even longer. With ad copy, you need to have different types of lengths in your copy, a short copy, a medium copy, and a long copy with your ads to see which one is performing better. So it says here, Sour Blast Buddies are the coolest and most delicious buddies on the block. Bursting with sour power, they come in a mix of 5 delicious flavors per bag: berry, blueberry, raspberry, lime, lemon, and orange. With some emojis here, 3 grams of sugar for the whole bag, 17 grams of plant-based fiber, no sugar alcohols, artificial sweeteners, and added sugar, and then like an arrow to shop directly. The copy comes in here with the type of descriptive words that they're using, and the name of the brand, Sour Blast Buddies. They're the coolest buddies on the block kind of thing. Like, that's playful. Their brand is very playful, and you can see that in their copy. So if you want to write copy for like a candy company, you're going to write playful copy like this probably. All right, magazine article is the last online content type that you can become familiar with. You should probably know how to write. Magazine writing can be high paying, $1 or more a word, but I have heard from writers that it takes a long time, up to 6 months or more, to get paid for that type of writing. As well, you are working with tight deadlines and busy editors. But nowadays, there are many online publications that act as magazines that you can write for at a decent rate. Now, make sure to read the magazines and familiarize yourself with their format and topics. I do on my site have a blog post called The Giant List of Magazines That Pay Writers. And so I have a lot of them. It says here I even have some that pay up to $1.25 a word for 3,000 words only. So that's pretty cool and high paying. I will put a link in the show notes below. I like to say show notes, but it's the video description below. And make sure to sign up to my free Booming Writing Niches guide. I just added 12 more. And right now there are 84 freelance writing niches that are hot right now for 2022 that you can get into right now and start learning about that industry. And then don't forget to like and let me know in the comments below, what type of online content do you like writing or ones that you want to learn more about? And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this. And I'll see you in the next video.